I used to have an iPad over here. I was looking at an iPad.
Yeah.
As we go through the show, I would pretend to be like very professional, like as if I had notes and whatnot. Like, or if I need to look something up real quick or for ad read or something like that, I would have the iPad over here.
It looked professional.
No, I mean, like, it was kind of nice to rest my hand, lean my hand on and such. But now I'm using this one over here. And that's the Z Fold 3. I don't know if you heard about it.
No.
That's a little foreshadowing right there. A foreshadowing, depending on when this show goes up. Maybe people already get the joke right now.
Maybe.
Anyway, so I got this one, and it's the best of both because it's my phone, so it's already got everything on it. I don't have to like set up another device or open up those specifics. It's in your pocket, but then it's also big enough to read in a scenario like this.
And you used the previous folds, and you liked them, right?
I've been using folds. I've been looking at folds. I'm using them. So it truly is the promise of a pocketable tablet is really what it is. Right. And the other one is the folding phone, which is the flip. I've been saying that for many generations now, but depending on what type of user you are, to have a tablet in your pocket might be worthwhile.
Yeah.
And that's where this device comes in, and that's the difference maker, especially with the pen input now. So I just thought I would give a little, just a little update on that front.
Sure,
because people are going to notice I'm handling this one. They might notice. So.
Like, what's that new one?
Yeah, they just see, hey, he's got the folding one over there in the lap. You should have seen me before the show started. I had the legs up over here.
You're kicking back.
I was kicking. I might have been kicking back.
Yeah.
You might describe it in such a fashion.
Good job.
All right, we got some news today to kick it off. How about one port to rule them all? One charge format for every phone that's out there. This is the current European Union proposal, a common charger for all smartphones, ignoring Apple's protest. Well, Apple obviously, they're kind of the standout as far as alternative charge formats are concerned. Now, there's been rumors of a portless iPhone, so they can just skip right past that USB Type-C standard. How dare you call it a standard? Apple ain't never called it a standard. Why they put it on the iPads, though, man? Like, come on, dude.
MacBooks.
They put it elsewhere. Like, geez. Anyway, so there's been versions of this where courts would be talking about the environment, or they would be talking about waste and such associated with proprietary cables. And so they've been having this conversation about one charger for all devices in order to limit the amount of stuff piling up over there. Let's see here. The EU's push to a common charger began 13 years ago. Companies, including Apple, signed a voluntary memorandum of understanding agreeing to work on harmonizing chargers. Wonderful. Charger harmony. I mean, that is pretty much what happened outside of Apple. I know there's also wireless charging worth talking about, but outside of Apple, a USB Type-C charges pretty much everything now. Am I crazy? Am I wrong? I mean, there's some laptops that still have a barrel-style connector, but many of those can still charge over Type-C.
And we're just talking about smartphones right now.
No, I know we're talking about smartphone, but I'm saying that's the benefit of Type-C as a standard is it goes beyond phones and into all your variety of devices. This failed to happen, so the EU believes that if companies won't make the move themselves, they will have to be required to. Ooh, that's where this increased pressure comes from. Apple uses its own proprietary Lightning connector. Well, this is well established. And the EU is likely to recommend either the USB-C or USB 2.0 Micro B as the standard. Imagine they come out in 2021. They're like, the new standard is 13 years in the making. We have agreed upon Micro B. And everyone's like, what is the matter with you? No, we're not going to do Micro B. Micro B might be the worst connector of all time. I'll probably take... Apple has a case for Lightning when put up against Micro B.
Yes.
The nastiest of all connectors. I would take mini USB.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I know it required like more space and whatnot, but Micro B on a PlayStation, controllers and Well, even the phones, you would still see budget phones
yeah.
now that would be carrying the micro B. But anyway, at least it was universal. Yeah. But C is where it's at for now. But Apple, in spite of this, may skip over the whole thing and say, we don't even have a charge port, so it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
They could do that, right?
Good for them.
Today's sponsor is Freshly. Dinner time can be chaotic, but with Freshly, it's easy. Their chefs take care of your meals a few nights a week to take the pressure off you, and it's good stuff as well. All you got to do here, they cook it and deliver it. You just heat it up in 3 minutes. That's it. Even you could take care of that well. You could have a steak peppercorn, home-style chicken, cauliflower shell, beef bolognese. It's quite a variety to choose from here. And just because you want something quick and convenient doesn't mean it should have the nutrients in it with the ingredients and so forth. You still need the whole balanced thing to it, and their chefs worry about that part on your behalf. So it can definitely take some pressure off you from reaching for those nutritious meals and putting together the whole thing and taking an hour out of your day or something like that. You just reach for this, heat it up. It's smart nutrition for you. If you're stressed, tired, or you just don't feel like cooking, food that's fast doesn't have to be fast food. It's my favorite line every time I get this one. Food that's fast doesn't have to be fast food. Right now, Freshly is offering $40 off your first 2 orders. You just got to go to freshly.com/LouLater. That's freshly.com/LouLater for $40 off your first 2 orders. Freshly.com/LouLater. It's a good deal. I mean, it's $40 off your first 2 orders. You can click the link in the description if that's easier for you. Go pick an unwrapped salsa verde burrito or a down-home turkey meatloaf. It's up to you. It's freshly.com/LouLater. We're also sponsored by American Giant. And, sometimes you might have a brand and put American in the name, but they're not actually making this stuff in America. These guys are actually making garments, actually making clothing, high-quality clothing in the United States, as you can see right here. And it's everything from hoodies to crew necks to T-shirts. You got the hoodie on. You got the zip hoodie on right now. Let me tell you something. This stuff is heavyweight.
Yeah.
This stuff is serious. Like you might get away with this as a jacket or something like this.
Could be, yeah.
This is robust stuff that you're going to be looking at as you browse around the website over here. American Giant stays in close partnership with their suppliers with products built to last, made with custom non-see-through heavyweight slub fabric that has a rich and varied texture. And now we're talking about the T-shirts here, which have a tailored fit that is incomparable to other slub T-shirts on the market. Let American Giant play a supporting role in letting your style shine. Made in Los Angeles, California, with 100% American-grown cotton. They spent over a year obsessing over the fabric and tested several variations until they found the perfect one. Substantial and weighty fabric that is non-see-through and non-torquing, unlike other T-shirts on the market. Their slub fabric holds color incredibly well. The rich and varied texture gives it a unique look that holds its shape after wash and wear. Style it with anything and look polished, ready for any occasion. Lots to look at over there on the website. And you can save some cash right now because you are watching this show. Get your new favorite tees and other clothes, hoodies, and so forth at AmericanGiant.com today. Use the promo code LouLater for 15% off your first order. That's 15% off when you use code LouLater at AmericanGiant.com. And that's a dash in the middle. So it's American-Giant.com, promo code LouLater, or click the link in the description. Don't forget the promo code, save your 15%. Find My for AirPods is coming, but you'll need to link them to your Apple ID. The update will come when iOS 15 launches later this fall. This is good. I mean, you lose these things. You probably are more likely to lose these than maybe any of your other Apple devices. So tiny.
Yeah.
You drop them in the subway. They're so commonly dropped that the subway commission in Tokyo devised a device exclusively for AirPod removal from the tracks when somebody will lose it.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
The rats use them.
Oh, right.
They have
you're talking about pizza rat.
Yeah.
Talking about pizza rat.
AirPods in their nest.
What did Pizza Rat move on to? Then you had Burger Rat, or what did he move on to? Ice cream? I can't. There was a follow-up to Pizza Rat. I mean, nothing matched the original Pizza Rat.
Yeah.
But there were a variety of memes that came after, as many people turned their cameras towards rats inside the transit, so that they be on the lookout for the next big Pizza Rat.
Is there...
No, I don't know. I mean, you don't have to find this. Like, I don't...
Is it a burrito?
It might have been a burrito rat.
That would be funny.
It might have been a Chipotle rat. Anyway, this is big. This is good.
So it's just an update, right?
iOS 15?
Like, there's no hardware that's attached to it.
iOS 15, ladies and gentlemen. If you have AirPods, you've definitely lost them at some point, which is why adding upgraded Find My support will be a huge relief once iOS 15 drops later this fall. However, to do that, it looks like you'll have to link the device to your Apple ID. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I think people will probably go for that regardless. Just like AirTags, iOS 15 brings precision finding to AirPods Pro and AirPods Max. Unfortunately, AirPods and AirPods 2 will not be supported. Well, that's a big ouch right there. But if you do have the AirPods Pro or Max, then they're going to operate on that close tracking, the one that is pinpoint in close proximity.
Oh, okay.
So it would be the one where it's in the couch cushion or whatever, and you have the beeping in the arrow.
The arrow, yeah.
Like almost like turn by turn navigation. And then for a set of AirPods Pro, that's
useful, yeah.
That's money in the bank right there.
Some would say, yeah.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for that. Instagram's new AntiHate feature lets you limit comments and requests on popular posts in response to racist abuse directed at UK footballers. So it lets you
just kind of filter out the
unwanted interactions,
negative comments.
So you're basically engaging, or you are launching a more strict algorithm at that point, looking for certain keywords, or it's a filter of sorts.
Yeah.
Limits and hidden words designed to reduce hate and abuse on trending posts, the company announced. The update is designed to protect its users, particularly creators and public features. I think they mean to say public figures. Man, the more that we go after these articles, the more you notice it's pretty common, the spelling errors or the wrong word being in there. From seeing harassing, racist, homophobic, sexist content in the comments and DM requests. DM requests is an interesting one, man. I have goofed up on the DM requests so much in the past. I think I explained this to you. There was a viral post. I think it was, I'm going to forget now. Did we talk about this already?
Yeah.
It was the T-Pain.
T-Pain, yeah.
Yeah, so he was one of the original auto-tune, or popularized the auto-tune sound. And then he put out a post, I guess it was a TikTok, where he was going through his DM requests on Instagram saying, look at all these people I ignored over the last couple of years because I never, look at my private messages on Instagram. And he's got messages, of course, from many prominent individuals, and he's feeling, hey, I feel like an idiot now, or whatever. I don't know. I swear I'm just now seeing all these messages and mentions. I don't know what. He calls himself dumb. He says, I'm dumb because I never got back to all these people. I missed all these opportunities. So I had the same experience. I never went in there. I was like, man, you got so many requests coming in. It's hard to filter to look at it in any meaningful way, but they have a tab to look at prominent requests, which is check marks essentially.
Right.
And I just never clicked it. And then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, look at all these people over here. I had the same experience basically as this is concerned.
Yeah.
But what is going on with this new filter thing that you're talking about is because anyone can create this DM request and send some nasty stuff, and you probably don't want it. And so I guess that's how this thing applies in that case, is not just on comments, but also on those types of requests.
And they made it a lot easier. It's just like a switch that you turn on. It's not like a filtering system where you have to customize certain keywords.
YouTube has that. where you can put in a word.
Right.
If it's like a really nasty word you don't want in the comments, you can put it in a list of banned words or whatever. This case, I guess Instagram mostly takes care of it. I don't know if you can, maybe you can tweak it to a degree if there's one particular word you're trying to get rid of as well. I don't know how granular that gets. Poly Networks hacker returns all funds on Ethereum and refuses. You're gonna have to.
Okay, break it down
refuses
for you.
refuses a $500,000 bug bounty. This is close to Willie Doo's heart right here because we're going deep on this one.
Yeah, so there's a hacker a couple days ago. He hacked into the Poly network and got $600 million. Yeah.
Anonymous perpetrator swiped over $600 million in various digital assets while stealing money from a DeFi project is certainly nothing new in the industry. What happened next could be classified as unexpected, to say the least.
And there was nothing that they could do about it. So they started literally just asking the hacker, hey, can you give us back the money? And he did. Like over a period of time, I think it was like maybe 50 million at first and then 200 million, and then he gave it all back.
Wow.
Yeah. I think maybe through guilt or some other.
Well, it says there he
reason.
also refused a $500,000 bug bounty. So they were like, look, give us back what you snagged, and we still want to give you $500K for finding the deficiency, for finding the bug, essentially, or the way in, the back door, whatever it happened to be. And he turned that down. So he obviously felt guilty about having done it to the extent that, well, I don't know if guilt is the right word, but had a change of heart.
Yeah.
The attacker firstly dabbled with the idea of creating a new token and allowing the DAO to determine what he should do with the funds. However, he ultimately decided to go another route, saying he was ready to return the fund. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Scary stuff. That's $500 million just wiped.
Is that $500 million, Will?
Yeah.
Tether indeed froze about 33 million worth of its stablecoin. Poly Network also reminded that the repayment process has not yet been completed and urged people to refrain from unfounded allegations and speculations that could damage this process.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot more these crypto-related stories and I guess weaknesses and things. It's part of its growing pains, man.
Yeah, and it makes them stronger, I guess.
In the long run. In the long run.
Yeah.
In the long run. Oh yeah, OnePlus. Yeah. Trolling Samsung.
Lame.
Will got very angry about this. I don't think I'm as angry as Will, but it's just I was more like, it was just some good old fashioned clickbait, which is pretty old fashioned, I guess, in the modern 2021 internet. Nobody's there's no ha-ha moment anymore when you just like appear to be presenting something and then it's not what it looks like. Mm-hmm. So, and that has changed over time, by the way. I feel people were less sensitive in the past before they were bombarded with the thing, and now they're rejecting it all the time. Anyway, they did this Instagram post. It actually was on the OnePlus US Instagram, and it was the day before the launch of this Z Fold 3 device. Mm-hmm. And we did a clip on it. So they put out this post making it look like they had a folding phone of their own that they were going to be announcing on the same day as the Fold. Uh-huh. Announcing or at least talking about. But then when you showed me the clip, I said, that looks like two phones next to each other. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh, maybe it's a dual screen phone. But it turns out it's neither of these things. And the follow-up post shows you that it is just two OnePlus 9s, and they are promoting a 50% discount. And of course, some people went hard at OnePlus for this move. Mm-hmm. Android Police, I believe, I was reading this article, was so harsh about it, man. They were just like going for the jugular, but it was super angry. I don't know, man. Maybe it's my old age. I'm not getting that angry, but it's definitely not the coolest or best move I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 50% off is good, isn't it? It was a carrier deal too. That was the other thing. It was some sort of T-Mobile collab. I don't know what kind of stipulations there are on getting the 50% deal. But either way, OnePlus's track record on the marketing front is kind of hit and miss if you go back far enough. But part of that is also around taking risks and screwing up sometimes.
Right.
Because everything isn't always so buttoned up. So that can happen.
Sure.
Like previously, the Nord thing was off the wall, and you and I were like, I don't know, that was kind of fun though.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Because we keep doing all these launch events and watching all these launch events, and we were kind of like, well, that was off the wall and different and weird, but we'll take it. And then this one is like, okay, no thanks. So it goes both ways.
Maybe my expectation was that, wow, they could pull it off.
Well, you were invested too because you brought it here. You brought it to this show. You showed it to me. You're like, look what OnePlus is doing, and then
I was so excited.
Yeah, and then you look like an idiot, right? And no one wants to feel that way. Imagine you sent this to all your friends, and you were like, OnePlus is going to do something as well.
I did, and
well, there you go.
Disaster.
There you go. Disaster strikes. You're no longer credible because you. So these are the things you got to things you got to look out for, man. You're no longer in the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
$25,000 Tesla hatchback rendered with Model 3 styling influences. So this is that properly cheap electric car that's going to save the world that's been talked about in the past.
These are some pretty cool renders. Like they look very professional.
Look
real.
Is this your car, your next car now?
I could see it.
With
the big rims.
I love selling you cars, so I'm never gonna stop. Every time you have a car related
I'll take all of them.
I know, but I do like getting to the bottom of whatever it is that you find appealing. Like, do you want a hatchback?
Okay, you know what? I'll tell you right now the truth. I'll.
Oh my goodness gracious! Easy.
I'm looking at a 4Runner, a Toyota 4Runner.
Hang on a second here. This just got really serious.
Yeah. Well, you're asking me. I
do continue to ask you, but I didn't know that I was having hypothetical fun.
Sure,
I didn't realize you were actually looking at cars right now.
Yeah.
You are? Oh my.
4Runner is, it's up there.
What are you going to do with this 4Runner?
Maybe camp. I don't know. Drive around and go up to Muskoka over there.
Over there?
Have some fun. Yeah.
All the way over there?
Right over there. It's a cool, mean-looking vehicle.
Are you going to be putting Otis in that car as well?
Of course.
So you don't care about this? You don't care about any of this electric stuff? You're like, not yet.
Well, I would love to get a Model 3, but right now I think the car is a little too small for me. Okay, so I want something a little bit bigger.
Okay, but you're not willing to wait around for an electric SUV that meets your criteria or a truck or whatever. You're not ready. You're not waiting around for that.
No.
This is so interesting here. Wow.
And the Rivian's nice, but it's way too expensive.
No, the Rivian, I agree with you, but there is, am I forgetting? Well, the Cybertruck supposedly starts at like 50 grand. Like you're going to pay some money for a Toyota 4Runner.
Yeah. That's expensive too.
You're gonna pay a few dollars for that.
But I guess it just has what I need. I guess their legacy is that it just kind of works. There's no bells and whistles. It's just this rugged vehicle that you can take out, and it's super durable.
Well, and it's easy to buy one. Like there is something about this EV stuff that's just like, am I gonna get it?
Exactly,
when am I gonna?
It's a waiting game.
I'm pre-ordering a year in advance or whatever because Rivian is doing an SUV as well. Eventually, the truck comes, and then who knows what happens with the SUV. Like that's cool.
That looks great.
I mean, you would get that, but then again, it's when the hell are you going to get it? And how about charging? Are you set up in a way with easy charging or no? You could be.
Well, over here. right?
Oh, but what about at home? No. Couldn't be?
No, I don't think so. Well, I could set it up, but then I don't know. Maybe I'll just use one of those new market chargers that they're building.
You go for the local news there. No, I mean, they're definitely it's becoming easier and easier to charge them. But I was just curious, like, it's something to consider. There is flexibility that still comes from the old-fashioned setup, which is,
gas station. Just
road trip, whatever, Muskoka, whatever you said, however far you want to go across the country. And we got a pretty rugged country. So if you actually do want to get out there, like a 4Runner and the reliability record of like decades of use, there's something confidence inspiring about such a thing.
Yeah, they're so cool.
Man, I can't wait to see you in this 4Runner. This is just such a huge development on the show. What color will it be?
I like a nice gray.
It's going to be like a light or a dark?
I would like a dark.
Like almost like a charcoal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's called Lunar Rock. But that one I think is a little bit lighter. I don't mind that either.
Is it going to be like metallic or is it flat?
Flat.
Oh, it's
like
flat.
Like a pastel kind of color?
It's a flat.
Yeah.
Which is the rage right now.
Yeah.
It's all the rage.
Chalk.
It's just very chalky. My last car, I had a chalk color on the car there.
Yeah.
When I got the Taycan Turbo S, it was chalk wasn't available on Gen 1, and now they have chalk now, but I wanted it to look like the concept car anyway. Sure, but I the flat paints. Mm-hmm. It's all the rage.
It's great.
Wow.
I'm glad we got through that.
Wow. Man. I want the people to weigh in on this in the comments. Is a 4Runner the right car for Willie Do? And do you have any other suggestions, cross-shopping comparisons, other vehicles that he should consider? Because this is a big...
I'm open to it.
It's a big purchase.
Sure, yeah.
It's a big commitment. So let's see what the people suggest. Because, the people know about this stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's find out. Anyway, Model 3 hatchback, I think it looks great. I actually might like the look of it more than the regular Model 3.
Really?
It's a sleek look to it.
Oh.
And it will give you a little bit more cargo.
It seems like it.
Just a tiny bit more cargo if you have the pets and things like this, or if you get the hockey equipment like I do. $25,000, nobody's complaining about that. There was the rumors previously about coming up with, oh, he got you there, man. Oh, man, you had a mini heart attack. Was the camera on you or me there? Dude, it was on you jumped out of your seat there.
It's like second nature. I have to snap. I have to do the snap.
He's gonna give you a heart attack, man.
Yeah, this guy. One day.
Yeah, but there was a talk about them doing a model specific for the Chinese market where it's very competitive and they've been losing ground, or at least it's a lot of the headlines. So much selection over there, particularly at the more budget-oriented side of things, and then hiring designers exclusive to that team and saying, what is the ideal automobile for this enormous EV market? Is it the Model 3 the way it is now, or is it something even smaller? Is it a hatchback version? Is it I don't know, what would it be, like a Model 2 or 1? Are they even considering doing something like that?
Sure.
But this looks good. I think they could sell a few of these. They just have to make them fast enough.
Exactly, yeah.
Because, you know about all my experience with these things. I mean, they're pushing everything back these days.
Got 3 Teslas.
I got 27 Teslas on order.
Built right now.
I still don't even have one.
Yeah.
I just want one, that's all. This is a cool story. I saw this story, and I think I sent it to you?
You did, yeah.
Okay, cool. This story, wow. It's... I like this story. Like, I'm not one of these people, I just like to see Teslas get destroyed or anything. I like this story because it is a merging of the most highly advanced technology in the physical space against one of the most, like, a very powerful natural imagery, which is Yosemite. Mm. It's like nature fighting back against progress.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, there was poetry in this story.
Right.
Essentially, there's this one section inside of Yosemite. Is it a national park or?
It is.
Yeah, a national park There's this one section on a roadway that seems to continue to screw up any Tesla on autopilot to the point where it ends up like this. And this is an image of a crashed, looks like, I guess it's a Model S or X.
So it's like a giant, maybe like a rock that's in the way.
Yeah.
You think?
No, it's not in the way. You can see the road goes two ways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can split off to the right there or go to the left. And then this is in the center portion of the, what is it, a fork in the road.
Sure.
And for some reason, I guess, the autopilot system and the way that it is perceiving that little junction there, it's it doesn't see the rock as the giant boulder as a threat. And so it's hitting it. And this has happened on a number of occasions to the point now where I guess we need some software updates over here. This is a much better view. So you can see it's pretty clear how this works.
That's the suspect rock.
Yeah, it's pretty clear how this works, but it is a slightly unusual. But man, I just love the backdrop of Yosemite.
It looks fake.
It's so cool and weird, and that this happens to be the place. This like extreme nature happens to be the place where technology meets its match. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Am I crazy?
No, it is very poetic.
Am I crazy? So, does it say how many reports there's been? Maybe scroll back up to the top. There seems to be one spot in Yosemite Valley that is catching Teslas. Apparently, at least 5 Teslas have crashed at the exact same spot if they're on autopilot.
Yeah, that's a shame because it's such a nice view. You're probably distracted as well.
Well, it's a great place to be on autopilot.
Yeah,
because you have so many things to look at. You're enjoying your time. You're talking to your pals or whatever, your family, and next thing you know, wham.
Yeah.
Now, I presume there's been some autopilot vehicles that have made it past. So maybe it does depend on other conditions, weather, time of day, reflections. Who knows? But I feel like Elon is going to have to take a look at this one, figure out what's going on there. DMV evaluators make it impossible for Tesla driver to pass a driving test.
Did you read about this?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
There's this one specific incident where this Tesla driver decided to go on a driving test using his Tesla, and he failed 3 times because of other Tesla features that the DMV didn't approve of or didn't really understand. So, for example, there was one here. Let me see. There was like a comfort mode or, chill mode that was activated, and they failed right away because it was activated. It's like, oh, okay. Well, let me try it again. And he failed another time because the car was slowing down, and it's because of the regenerative braking.
Yeah, the DMV examiner noted that she could feel the brakes even though the driver wasn't pushing them. The failure was due to the Model 3's automatic engage feature. Basically, the car's regenerative braking system was engaging, which was apparently against the evaluator's rules. Whoa. Mm-hmm. So essentially, they can't prove that you know all the restrictions of the road because they can't see your inputs.
Exactly.
How you would respond in a circumstance because your car is doing too much of the effort. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to borrow somebody's dumb car.
So that's what he did. He decided to rent a car that was like an hour away. And they failed him on the spot again because they didn't allow rented cars unless it's part of their DMV rental car space, which was like $40 more.
$140 just to have the car long enough to take the test. Or wow.
Yeah.
What a crazy story. So he ends up having to bring back his original rental, rent theirs, and take the test a 4th time or a 3rd time?
The 4th time.
The fourth time. And then he passes it with his dumb car. They may need to update their DMV stuff because we're only going to see more intelligent cars hit the road, and these autonomous features or whichever features they're referencing here are only going to become more common, and people are going to have to, we're going to need to be evaluated on how we use them and our comfort level with them. That's actually an interesting thought.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a 1972 Ford Bronco that was turned into an EV. Oh, here you go. Forget about your 4Runner.
I might take this one.
Yeah, forget about your 4Runner. Look at this. $380,000. Good Lord. Now, people really like the Bronco, hence the comeback recently, and everybody's buying those things up. I'm seeing a lot more of them on the road, actually.
Yep.
They're starting to roll out there, but they're not as cool as this one, because this one is a completely restored 1972 model, which is just looks like a monster as well, with those big tires and wheels on there. And then it's been turned into an electric. It's an EV, fully electric. Look how clean it is under the hood there. Yeah. Now, I always wonder about this because it's such a one-off. It's like if anything goes wrong with it, you're so dead.
Yeah.
Range, okay, so there's two models. They have one with 200 miles of range, and then there's a GT model that starts at 380,000, which has 3 miles of range on a single charge. 18-inch wheels and Willwood disc brakes and 33-inch Toyo tires. You also get a 7-year warranty. All right. Mm-hmm. See, don't worry, Will. You give us that much money, you get a 7-year warranty. Yeah, this would be so cool to drive around in the summer like that, or even in the winter on some snow. Uh-huh. What is the top like, though? Do they show it with the top on? Or only with the top off? I guess it's a soft top. I honestly don't remember. Or is it one of those clip-on ones? Either way, very cool. Oh, you have more pictures for us. These things look amazing. They look amazing. Look at that.
Yeah.
No wonder the Bronco had to come back.
Oh, here we go.
The Lux GT edition is the coolest one, obviously.
Very cool.
Yeah. Each one of these is a one-off, so it's got to, I mean, it's like by hand, those restorations. Of course, it costs money to do these things. Mm-hmm. Now, this next one, this is something that got my attention because this is probably the car that I was most enamored with as a youth when I was a youngster.
The Countach.
I used to go, Will, to a sub shop, and I'm not talking about a Subway. Okay. I'm talking about a local type of sub shop. And I used to go there on my own accord as a youngster.
Yeah.
I would roll over there on my bike, just get myself a sub sandwich. I'm not gonna remember the name right now, but I'm going down. I'm deep down memory lane.
Is there a Countach?
Somebody, my brother probably remembers the name right now, and he's yelling.
Yeah.
And on the wall inside this little sub shop was a poster of a Lamborghini Countach. And in front of the Lamborghini Countach, like maybe on the hood or standing in front of it, was like a woman in a bikini, like a neon bikini or something like that. And I was a youngster. It was something like that. I don't know if it was that exact poster, but it was something like that. There's like a whole area. It might have been that one.
This one right here?
Nah, maybe it wasn't that one. But there was some sort of combination effect with that.
Was it red? It was red, right?
Listen, man, I can't remember exactly which photo it was. I'm actually surprised you found so many of them.
Man.
But I used to eat my sub. It wasn't like I had a phone in front of me. I would eat my sub and just look at the poster.
Just right in front of it. Just
That's it. That's what you would do. Just a young, I don't know what my age was, but like so much so that I remembered it. And also just this car was an icon. The shape of it was just so, just so distinctive.
Sure, yeah.
For a young kid, just like a Hot Wheels, man. Just like so cool. Anyway, Lamborghini is doing the unthinkable. They're bringing it back. Oh my God, they're bringing it back. And they're bringing it back as a hybrid. Oh, wow. I didn't see this video, actually. This is really cool.
Yeah, this just came out.
Look at the arm hairs are going up.
Yeah, of course.
As the paint, what is it? It's like getting sandblasted. Oh, my goodness. This video. I'm glad I didn't watch it until now. This is very cool the way they've put this together. So what do they mean by hybrid? They mean I put gas in it and that charges. Like, are we talking like a Prius, or hybrid in the sense that I can plug it in as well?
Well,
is this we should get to the bottom of this? Future is our legacy. There, I mean, there you can look at it. It looks so cool. I'm not even normally into Lamborghinis, at least the recent stuff, but this one, they got me on this one.
You like this one?
I mean, it's going to be like $2 million or something. So, I mean, they don't really have me on this one.
I don't see hybrid.
But, I mean, they have my attention. Oh, it's not a hybrid at all?
Well, I don't see the search term. Let me try.
Uh-oh. Do I have bad information here? I feel like you were the one who told me before we...
It is a hybrid.
Okay. Do we have any more specifics? So it has a V12, 800 horsepower. Lamborghini has unveiled a brand new $2.6 million supercar with a very familiar name. Yeah, the Countach. $2.6 million. Oh, that sucks. The new Countach is a direct descendant of the original. It has a V12 engine directly behind two seats, and like every Lamborghini sports car since the Countach, is shaped like a low-profile wedge. It looks so good. Mm-hmm. That car looks so good. One big difference, the new Countach is a hybrid. It's not a plug-in hybrid. It stores power in a supercapacitor that can provide some additional power to the wheels during hard acceleration. At low speeds, it also provides power between gear shifts to help smooth the uncomfortable surging and bucking that can come from Lamborghini's aggressive race car style transmission. Okay, I got it. Mm-hmm. It's a cool looking collector's item. It's so expensive that you can't really drive it, but who cares? You just park it in a place like this and you look at it. Yeah. And you walk past it and you smell it every so often.
Can wedge it under a door so it stops the door.
You take a photo of it and then put a poster on the wall and eat a sub and look at it.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good enough for me. I think that's what I'm going to do. Touchless Taco Bell could be the future of drive-thrus. I saw this one, and it reminded me of another one that we did where we were looking at some of the most unusual fast food locations around the world. I think they were McDonald's. Mm-hmm. And there was one in an airport in Australia where the kitchen was up top and then the food got delivered down low.
Right.
I was curious if that's the way this one works. This is a Taco Bell drive-through, but you drive underneath the restaurant through a number of aisles. And it looks like it's like sort of just off the highway. And there's 4 actually stalls. So you can speed through ultimate convenience type of scenario. And this is a render of what it will look like. It's coming to Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Late night munchies will be a little easier to satisfy for mobile customers at Taco Bell's new touchless drive-through restaurant.
There's some facts over here, I guess, in this article, yeah.
4 drive-through lanes, 3 of which are dedicated to mobile or delivery orders. The 4th lane is a traditional drive-through where you place your order at a kiosk. So they're really trying to get you to order as you arrive so it's even faster. Mm-hmm. You just have a QR code, you scan when you place your order and pull forward and receive the food. So it's going to be speedy. Delivered from the elevated kitchen via a proprietary lift system similar to pneumatic tubes used by those bank branches. So the food is...
With that sound?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The entire process is contactless, although two-way audio video technology will let you interact with an employee in real time. So it's super futuristic. You don't even see or anything. I guess the window opens up and you just grab your food and that's it.
Shout out to the color scheme. If they're going to use it, no one uses purple, right? So
in
good on
fast
them.
Food?
Yeah.
Well, Taco Bell gets to own purple exclusively.
I mean,
are you sure about this? I feel like it's possible that no?
It's always possible.
Yeah, it's always possible.
But the fact that they use it, it's a nice touch.
Yeah, the purple and black, it has a very futuristic look to it. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Rockstar is reportedly remastering its PS2 era Grand Theft Auto trilogy. Remastering? Mm. I mean, how good can you make it?
Well, they can remaster means a bunch of things.
That's right. Right? That's what I'm wondering.
Another level. They can definitely up the, graphics, physics, all that stuff.
Easy. Shadows.
For sure, yeah.
Highlights, lighting. Are you talking about all this stuff?
Yeah.
So would it be comparable to a modern game, or is it going to still look like a slightly better old game?
I would think it would be a slightly better old-looking game.
Okay.
I mean, the fundamentals are there, like the gameplay. It's still fun.
Yeah.
So.
Right. It's crazy when you say PS2, that these titles are PS2. So I'm like, how much can you do with those games at this point? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, obviously, these are huge hits, mega classics. I mean, we're talking about Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
Yeah.
A late October or early November release is said to be tentatively planned for the titles, which could eventually be released for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, S, Switch, PC, Stadia, and mobile phones. Okay. All right. That's a big, man. That's how you print money, Will. That's how you print money. You remaster the classics. GTA is a wild franchise. And I guess if the price is right, if they can provide some value there for people who didn't get a chance to play those games or who love them and want to play them again, then more power to them.
Yeah, they're classics. Go check it out. Okay, last one.
UK woman mistakes Ikea's plastic tray for baking tray, shocked to see it melt in the oven. Jeez, that's an ugly.
So the picture got me.
Do you want to know? You want to know when you put this in front of me here?
Yeah.
I could smell the burning plastic right away. That's what struck me. Like, not even the imagery of needing to clean it up, which is another thing another place your mind could go. But I'm smelling the entire apartment or house right now.
The fumes.
Oh, the smell of the burnt plastic is so disgusting. Mm-hmm. It's an instant headache.
Yes.
And you can't get it out, man. You got all the windows open and everything. Uh-huh. All right, so but how? I mean, it feels like plastic, doesn't it?
She said since it was so cheap, it was like $2, right? She thought that the tray would be a metal tray, but very, very thin.
Okay.
So that's
like tinfoil almost?
Almost. And that's why she thought, she can get away with just thinking that it's metal, but just really thin.
What am I supposed to do with this tray that isn't baking? Because it looks like a baking tray.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a serving tray.
But that color?
That's what she complained about.
Right.
Because obviously this is, it's silver is usually meant for baking.
Yeah.
So you would assume.
It looks like the color of metal. Mm-hmm. I'm curious. I would want to tap the thing to myself to see if it was possible that I could also be fooled. But I think it does kind of come up to the user here. Like, I mean, you gotta.
Yeah. So a lot of people were like you. They were divided. She posted it she made a post on Facebook on Ikea's page saying, well, thanks, Ikea, for making your serving trays look like oven trays. And a lot of people called her out. A lot of people were also agreeing. In the end, she said it was satire, like what she said. So, it's a mistake for both parties. I think.
Yeah. It's a nasty mistake. There's worse ones. I mean, it's really not that bad in the scheme of things, but it is certainly a headache and a very ugly scene and one heck of a social media post.
Yeah. I mean,
it probably got more action than most of the posts in this person's account.
For sure.
Wonder if Ikea will weigh in at any point.
Give her a refund.
Wasn't it like $2? Yeah. That's like the woman who was suing McDonald's for $14.
Exactly. Yeah.
That she broke her fast because the advertising was too good. It's like such a low number that you're thinking,
just get her a real tray.
Maybe just pay the money because it's like really not that much. But then you set the precedent and everyone starts melting their trays in the oven.
It's a trend.
Pictures on social media. It's a slippery slope. Well,
yeah.